Good evening, everybody. Whoever's here, I'd like to welcome you. Fantastic to have you aboard. How you doing? Good, thank you. Looks like it's just you and I here tonight so far. Okay, and I'm getting a little bit of an echo here, so I'm going to see if I can find out the source. There it is. Okay, so nice to have you here, David. And I'm going to remind you and everybody else that actually next week, not next week, the week after, we're going to have Donna Waxman here. Yeah, that will be good. And so far in the future, that's all I've got lined up. So I'm looking for some more things, David, to line up for future classes and future talks. So I don't have any particular subject to talk about. I'm going to talk a little bit, just between you and I, about memory cards. I had somebody ask about memory cards, and not so much the details on how memory cards work and their speed and all that kind of thing. That'll be a different topic for a different day. But for now, I'm just going to talk in sort of generalities about how to take care of memory cards and what to. The CF compact flash, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't think so because formatting with the camera is the ideal way to format a memory card. I think one of the things I don't think I've got an SD card here. Um, but I do have a reader. Yeah, hang on. I'm just yeah, for the raw you mean? Okay, I'm just going to have a look at this particular reader. Okay, this card reader does not have a CF card. One of the things about the CF card, the compact flash card, is that, and let me just get out of this. There, that's better. And going to tighten this up a little bit. That's better. Yeah. No- If you, yeah, if you have a look at one of the things that I found out about the um, compact flash cards is that uh, when you slide them into the reader or into the camera slot, before you slide it in, you have to put them in very slowly and precisely, because if you look inside your camera slot where it goes, you will see all the little pins that match up with all the little holes. If one of those pins is bent, yeah, that's where you might be running into some problems. And I've had that happen. And what I've done is I've taken like a mini screwdriver, like a watchmaker screwdriver kind of thing, and I've reached in there with the slotted tip and straightened out the pin. So I don't know if any of your pins are affected, but that might be something you might look at.
A very short macro course at Dundas Valley Art Centre. It's just one day. Uh, Jennifer Finn, I think, is the girl who teaches it. So that was quite interesting. I think
Have you taken the course
there was
already?
only, yes, yeah, it was on a
Okay.
Sunday, and there's only six of us there, but we just went through everything. It was quite interesting. We had like out of the six, 50% had Nikon, 50% had Canon, but we all had roughly the same lens, which was a 105 macro.
Yes.
Um, so it was,
And
yeah, it was quite interesting.
what was the course on?
It was on macro photography.
Macro photography. Yes.
Yeah. So I think I finally learnt how to use my lens properly. After having it for a long, I should read the instructions, but usual thing, you just get it out, put it on, and think you know how to do it.
Makes it work. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But
I'm much the same way. I figure that things like that, when you buy something, it should work right out of the box, and it should be
yeah,
intuitive, and you shouldn't have to do too much in order to get it running. But sometimes you do.
but you appreciate people who take all these bugs. Quite amazing. It was just by chance I had it was a kind of big spider, black and yellow, on uh, one of the plants. And it was vertical, so it was difficult to get a picture of it, sort of
Yeah.
at the face of it, and that. And then I turn around and there's a praying mantis right behind me. So that was easier because they don't move. They
No,
just,
they don't. They're very still.
yeah,
They actually pose for you.
it does. Yeah, one of them, the way it's got the claws and everything, it was quite
Yeah.
funny.
Do you
And
have the
that,
picture, Andy?
yes, yeah,
Do you mind sharing it?
yeah, sure. Just bear with me. Oh, sorry, I've got to go out of that. Just give me a minute or so. Um, uh, what I did, I put it on Facebook. Oh, uh, can bore you with some of the other pictures. Oh, that was that wasn't meant to happen. Uh, I'll get a hang of this one day.
Yep.
Can you see anything?
Not right at the moment.
No, no.
Yeah, you have to share again and then
Yeah,
click on that image in your window.
right. Let's get rid of that. Oh, it's gone.
So open it on Facebook first, then go
Yeah,
back to your Zoom and share it.
yeah. I'm still banned from Facebook. I tried a different phone number, but now they scan your face, so I'm obviously in there, and banned for life.
You have it on your computer,
Yeah,
the image.
right.
I got it.
You got it. Oh, that was a spider. Forget what it was called.
Nice.
It was quite big actually. I never. It says it's very common in Canada, but I've never. First time I've ever seen one like that.
Yeah, first time I've seen one like that too.
Yeah, yeah. It just stood out. It was like, wow, what the hell's that? But yeah, this little fella, he was. Yeah, it was good for posing.
Yeah.
Nice sunny day. So,
And when did you shoot this? Was this during the course?
no, no, the spider and the praying mantis was after. It was
Okay.
just by chance. I was just looking to put extra things on because I did a number of different uh, photos. Some of them good, some of them not so good. Um, it's just trying to get the depth of field and etc.
Yeah,
And that one
I
was
like
pretty
the
good.
chains. Yeah,
Yeah, that came out really well. That was, yeah, I went for a coffee and I thought, trying to think of things to take. And then they had all these bottles in a cold thing. So just asked him if yeah, you can take a photo, no problem. Uh, and then they've got in Dundas, they got a museum. So this was an old sewing machine singer.
yeah.
Oh, this was outside. They got this. I'm not quite sure what it is. It's got these great big gears and maybe steam or whatever. So it's just
That almost looks like a universal gear, in
it
a
does, yeah.
yeah,
It's just by chance it came out dark behind on that one, but yeah. Oh, just some flowers. Oh, this was they had some uniforms in their army, and this was just on the cap.
hmm.
Yeah, so just yeah, I just put it on um, PowerPoint.
So
Just
what did you learn on how to use your
it,
macro lens better?
it was the fact that it's 100. It's you've got the one to do it in manual. Don't try and do it in autofocus because it doesn't
Right.
work out too well. That was the main point. And then the camera um, on the side, it's got you got full uh, frame, and then it's got zero point 0.5. You put it over, and you can get closer, and it's only in focus between half a meter and 2.9 on that. So it was, yeah. So I was doing it on full frame all the time. So learned that you can get a lot closer by just flicking it over. I've got a little 40 mil one, cheap one,
Yeah.
uh, but this one is a lot better. The depth of field is better on it. And I found with the 40 mil one, you have to get so close to it. It's very difficult. Certainly, if you've got bugs, they don't like you
No.
getting too close. But as I say, it was interesting because the majority of people did have the 105 lens. That seems to be the most common one. Although
Yeah.
I didn't realize, but the instructor, she said they go up to 200. So, but I think they're pretty heavy on that. So yeah, it was just still experimenting, just taking things, and trying to get up close, so to speak. Just a bit different. Anyway, so that was my little display. So I tried getting back on Facebook, but yeah, they no matter I changed the name, changed the phone number, date of birth, but then you have to scan your face in. So I should have put a disguise on.
Yeah. Put an avatar on.
Might have got some, but yeah, I don't know if they check your the computer, the because it's got um,
The
he,
address.
yeah, the address on it. So it's most like check that as well. So they're getting too clever. I suppose so many people try different things. Uh, can't and Instagram is run by Facebook as well,
Yeah.
so I couldn't get on that either. All good, all good fun.
Just looking at something here, and I'll show you this. This is a let's see. This is a see if I can do a little bit of sharing here. This image. There we go. This is a lens that I worked with some time ago.
Yeah, I've got nothing come up yet. Oh wow,
Okay, so this
that looks pretty
puppy,
complicated.
yeah, it's a medical Nikkor, and I used to take surgery with it.
Well, yeah, that's quite something. So you've got, hmm, is that heavy? It looks heavy.
It is heavy.
Well, it's solid.
Now, I'm going to
Hmm.
try to get out of this.
You still teach at schools? Just normal?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm starting tomorrow a Photo 101 class, but I'm teaching it in the Hagersville High School,
Yeah.
and it's for Mohawk.
All right. Because someone I know, they've been having a bit of a clear out. It's old, but it works. It's a Sony Handycam
Yes,
with the disc. I don't know if you
yeah,
you can see it
there
on
it is.
that
Yeah,
one. And I'm just
yeah.
trying to find a good home for it. And it's got a, a, a light with it, and there's quite a few discs, etc. So if you think you could make use of it at one of
Well,
the schools,
yeah, I think that probably the Simcoe school is always accepting any gifts that it can if it's digital.
yeah, yeah, this has like the disc comes. There's quite a few
Yeah,
discs. With it.
yeah, the
They're all
DVD
blank.
disc.
Yeah, DVD-R, so it's recordable, 30 minutes, etc. So say it's not. It's, I don't know, 10 years old or more, but I've
Is
tried
it?
it and it works fine.
Yeah.
And it's,
Is it? Are those discs writable? Like, I mean, can you
yes.
overwrite them?
Oh, yeah, you can just use it over and over again,
Okay.
rewritable. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can do all this stuff on, it's got all the instructions, and you can put uh, wording on the disk, etc.
Sure.
It's, yeah, and it's hardly been used.
I know. Isn't that the way with equipment these days that
Yeah.
you buy something because it's interesting and it's new and use it a couple of times, but then
And
something else
then,
comes along and it
yeah.
gets shelved. Yeah, yeah, I've got equipment like that I've given to the schools. I've given the schools a lot of 35 millimeter equipment,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
and it gets to the point where other people hear that you're doing that, and so what happens is I get people call me up and they say, "Well, we were going through the closet and found our 35 millimeter camera, and we didn't want to throw it out, so we thought,
No.
can you use it?" And I said, "Well, I can't use it, but I know who will."
Yeah.
And
And you can exchange them, but they give you next to nothing for it. So
well, exactly,
I'd
exactly.
rather give it to, somebody's going to use it or can make use of it.
Well, some of the young people right now are really getting into the retro aspect of
Yeah.
photography, and they're buying film cameras or trying to get
Well,
them. So,
yeah.
you never know.
Anyway, if you want, like, we can,
Okay,
if you think they can use it, we can
I think
sort
they
something
can.
out and
Yeah,
get it to you to take. Just be nice to see it go to a good home, so to speak.
yeah. No, I hear you. Okay, so how are we doing here? I'm just going to.
Do you get anybody on YouTube at all?
I had one person on YouTube, so we had two there. Now I only have one, and that's me because I'm
Okay.
watching it.
Yeah.
But there was another person there a few minutes watching briefly, and then they moved on.
Mm.
Now, what I was going to talk about this evening, let me just get into what I was going to talk about this evening was the SD cards. I don't know if I've mentioned anything in previous classes about these SD cards,
Mm.
but I find them being very small. It's you can't write a lot of information on them.
No.
So I got a silver Sharpie. Let's see where I am with this. Okay, it's weird that what I've done is I've taken a silver Sharpie,
Hmm.
got this at Staples, and instead of putting a lot of information on it, all I do is
Or just a number.
just my phone number.
Oh, right. So if it,
Yeah. So if it gets lost, they've got somebody to call,
yeah, yeah, no, that's a good idea.
and that's worked once for me. I did lose one card on a construction site, and somebody picked it up, um, and they took it to the office, and the guy called the
Mhm.
number, and they said we found this memory card in the lot, and we called the number, so we're assuming it's your memory card. And I said,
Yeah.
yes, it is. And then what I did is I said, you didn't look at the images, did you? Now, now I was guaranteed that they're going to look at the images. So it was a good portfolio piece,
Yeah.
but I think they were disappointed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So you can always have some fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah, it's
interesting that when you're talking about macro photography is switching from full frame to crop frame, because really switching from full frame to crop frame is it's giving you a longer focal length lens really
hmm.
for macro work. So did you actually do any shooting of plants or anything else during that course? Was it like a full day?
It was from 9:30 till 3:30. Had an hour's lunch, and then we just went through the basics at the beginning, and then after lunch we went out and just split up, and we just
Yeah,
went around Dundas trying to find stuff to take. It's a lot
okay,
harder than you think. You,
yeah.
it's great if you want to take buildings or whatever, but when you want to take something which is small or trying to get something which is interesting, it yeah, it made it more interesting.
You know,
Made you think.
I did some time ago because I've taught all kinds of classes. I mean, I've taught for Mohawk College, I have taught 3D classes, 3D photography. I
Wow.
have taught food photography. I've taught
Yeah,
fashion.
I did the food
Anyway, a
with
lot
you.
of
That
them,
was
right?
yeah.
And one I did teach was macro photography because I did quite a bit of macro work when it came to medical photography.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I must have spent about a year doing medical photography for a particular
Well.
doctor who was writing papers. And
Hmm.
in writing those papers, he needed images. And so he asked me to shoot the images.
Right.
Um, but that got me interested in macro photography to a certain degree outside of the medical profession because there you don't have any control over your subjects. He just tells you,
No.
shoot this, shoot this, shoot this, right?
Yeah.
And then if he does something wrong, he says, don't shoot that. So,
Yeah.
well, interestingly enough, one of the things that did happen, and they were working on removing cartilage from a knee,
Oh well.
and he was using a scalpel. And what happened is as he was prying the cartilage, you heard this snap, scalpel broke.
Oh wow.
So the whole surgery stopped, and they got out
Yeah.
a tray with a white sheet and they put the scalpel on the sheet and they put the pieces together until they were sure
To
they
make
had all
sure.
the pieces.
Oh God, yeah, the last thing you
Yeah.
need.
And that was one of those situations where she said, don't shoot that.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're pretty I've actually got a scalpel and yeah, they're very brittle,
Yeah,
very
they're
sharp.
fragile. Yeah, very
Yeah.
sharp, but they're fragile. I was surprised.
Mm.
Anyway, uh, when I was teaching the macro photography, uh, I was mostly concentrating on taking photographs of bugs and flowers, right?
Mm.
Because
Yes.
everybody find bugs and flowers.
Mm.
So, um, and my wife's quite a gardener, so she had all. I mean, we had flowers from spring to fall, and
Yeah.
so her um, laundry room was lined with 8x10s of all her flowers that I photographed.
Uh,
And on the 8x10s, it had large white borders with a smaller 8x10 of each one of the flowers with a common name and then the Latin name of the
well,
flower. Um, but one of the things that I showed the student, and I said, what students are cursed with mostly when they're taking macro shots of flowers, breezes and winds.
mm.
And so I showed them that I would take you could go to a place like Michael's and buy wooden dowels, right? Wooden
Right. Yeah.
doweling, and I would sharpen one end of the wooden doweling, and then I would screw a small, um, those black clips for files.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd screw one of those to the top of the dowel, and then I would push the dowel into the ground, flip it to the stem of the flower just outside the shot,
Mm. To
and
stabilize it.
yeah, exactly. So I could stabilize it. Then the other thing I did is I went to a framing place. And in a framing place, they have, I wouldn't call it scraps, but they have, when they cut a mat into an 11 by 14 for an 8 by 10 picture or a 5 by 7 picture, they end up with these pieces of
Mm.
different
Yeah.
colored matting. So I got some blue matting, some brown matting, some green matting. I bought them. And what I did is I had another stake, same clip set up, and I'd clip it behind the flower so there would be
Oh,
no
yeah.
vegetation. Yeah, that
Mm.
was my background, all these
Yeah.
cardboard mats. So it looked like sky. If it was blue, it looked like there was sky in the background.
All right. All right.
And depending on the color, because I got some nice colored mats too. They had some maroon ones and red ones. So I bought all kinds, and then if it suited the flower, that's what I put behind it. Because in a lot of cases, there was some pretty ugly nice flowers, but ugly
Yeah.
backgrounds,
Yeah.
you
And
know.
it distracts from the actual flower itself
Yeah.
as well.
And
Yeah.
the only other thing I did is I treated flowers the same way that, or insects for that matter, the same way that I would a portrait. I had a
Mm.
white card as a reflector to fill in.
Right. Yeah.
And it made the world of difference in these macro shots.
Mm. Mm.
To steady it, put a background in, and fill.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. No, it sounds good.
So, yeah, wherever the beautiful thing about photography that I really love is that you can MacGyver things, that you can use your creativity to do all kinds of things, you know,
Yes. Yeah.
um, to steady your subject, put a background in, to put in fill. And flash fill is okay, but I never liked it as much as natural fill with a white card
Yes.
or even a silver card.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
macro photography can be a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's different as well. I think it's more a bit more challenging. Certainly getting the image, correct.
Yes.
As I say, you put it on manual rather than auto. I tried it with auto, and the thing's just going back and forth, back and forth,
Yeah, yeah,
because it's just too close. It can't really focus on anything. And then they
absolutely.
just trying different, going from 2.8 up to 8, just trying to see how it differs. It's quite
Yeah.
interesting.
So I've got somebody else coming into YouTube. If you happen to be on YouTube, let me know where you're from. If you have any questions anything about photography that you're curious about. And that's doesn't matter whether it's DSLR, mirrorless cameras, or even cell phone photography. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. But please let me know where you're from. That's always nice to know uh, if people drop in where they happen to be from. I happen to be in Brantford, and I think David, you're in Hamilton, right? Hamilton, Ontario,
Well, Ancaster, yeah.
or
It's
Ancaster.
close to
Okay,
him. Yeah.
yeah. Don't they say Ancaster and Hamilton are one of the same now?
Oh, they are now, yes. Yeah, it used to be separate. I mean,
Yeah.
they amalgamated everything.
Well, Lancaster, when I was younger, Ancaster had a certain charm in its size and the buildings and everything else.
Oh,
That's
it's gone.
kind of gone.
Oh, it's gone totally. Yeah. And they want to build even bigger. We've been fighting for years. They want to build a six-story and an eight-story
Oh no, no,
building,
no.
and that's on Wilson Street,
Yeah,
which is just diabolical.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah, we're having fun, but yeah, you just can't stop. The council, the city of Hamilton may stop it, but then they just go to the government and we get bypassed,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Anyway, yeah, yeah. There's so many
Yeah, go ahead.
lenses coming out.
I just threw out a chat there
Yeah,
to the people
yeah.
on YouTube.
Been reading well, not. I've been seeing a lot about the people are bringing out these tilt lenses, and I haven't got
Yes.
a clue what that is. I know it tilts, but what's the advantage of that?
Well, the advantage is this. Um, when I was studying photography originally, and when I had my first studio, we used shift tilt lenses. We used the shift tilt camera. They were 4 by 5 inch camera film, right?
Yeah.
And the way it works is kind of interesting. Um, when you take a photograph of a building, a tall building, and you don't have enough room to back up to shoot it straight on, what you
Mm,
just generally tend to do is point the camera up at the building so you get the top and the bottom in, right?
right. Yes.
But then what happens is you get keystoning,
Hmm. Yeah.
right? And there's no way around that except
No.
if you have a shift tilt lens. Then what you can do is when you set up your camera, if this is the building, front
Hmm.
facade, oh, like that, and this is your camera back, your sensor,
Yeah.
what you do now is instead of tilting the camera up like this, which keystones it, you keep the back parallel to the building and you tilt the lens up.
All right.
So when you take that photograph, and you have to use a wide angle lens for this, obviously.
Hmm.
When you take that photograph, because the sensor is parallel to the building, there's no keystoning,
All right.
but you
Hmm.
get it to the top. So that's the whole idea behind shift tilt
Yeah.
lens. And and there are other things that obviously that you can do with it, but that's the main purpose of the shift tilt
Yeah.
lenses. If
Yeah.
you do a lot of architectural work, then that's something you might want to invest in. And I
Yeah.
think you took some photographs, I think
Yeah.
uh,
In Norway.
in Norway, that's right. And shift tilt lens might have come in handy there, especially when you're taking a photograph of a building and the streets are so narrow you can't back up very much,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
But
So
I've got that a lower one, which is virtually zero distortion.
yeah,
That's at wide angle, and that was yeah, that stopped it from going in.
yeah,
But before I was taking pictures, as you say, of cathedrals and other things, and then you straighten it up, and it shrinks. It's
mm,
nowhere near what it should look like. It's just weird.
Yeah.
on that one. But yeah, and then there's I forget, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like a long tube which comes off your lens, and
How's
um,
that? Sorry.
it's like it's a lens, but then it's got a attachment, and then you've got like a long tube. I think they use it. I'm not sure what they use it for.
Okay,
I've just seen a few photos.
that sounds to me like it's more of a lens extension so that if you have small products, it looks like you're going in between them
Right.
as you move the lens forward because this tube extends the front of your lens
Yeah.
and you're able to squeeze into small spaces
Mm. Yeah.
by
Yeah. There's so
using them.
much there's
I think
stuff about it.
have you ever looked at the I forget what they're called. I think they're called lens babies.
No.
Yeah, have a look at that. Google lens babies, and you'll find that there's a whole bunch of um, special effects lenses that you put straight onto your camera, and some of these will change your depth of field. And then if you take sort of a high shot of a cityscape, it'll look like it's a miniature
All right.
because
Yeah.
of the depth of field, the way it works.
Yeah, but on that macro course, she showed some just like a filter you put on,
Yeah,
and you got different, uh, but it does distort things quite a bit. Or the higher magnification you go, the more it distorts it.
yeah.
So yeah, there's lots of stuff out there.
Well, the
Yeah,
lens babies, yeah, I mean, if you're looking at
yeah, I'll have to have a look.
specialized lenses, they're kind of fun to work with. I've seen a few of
Yeah,
them. And I mean, when I was first into photography, I bought a lot of special effects lenses um, that were really fascinating. But the problem is that you can't overuse them because then there's nothing special about them.
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
So I found that I used them once or twice and then they got
They were in
shelved.
the cupboard. Yeah.
Yeah, they got shelved because you get tired of them quick too. So
Yes.
what I really liked doing was making my own special effects by putting Kleenex in front of the lens and tearing a small hole in it. So that way I got a small area of clarity for the portrait and the rest of it was diffused
Right.
around it, you
Mm.
know, and all kinds of other things. One of the things that I found, you go to a hardware store and you buy this black screen, plastic screen, mosquito screening. Okay, they
Oh
put
yes. Yeah.
on doors. Okay, but get the
Yeah.
black plastic and not metal, black plastic, and all you need is a square foot. But you know, the problem is
You have
that
to
they have
buy
to cut a
it.
foot. You buy a foot of it, but it's long. Um, anyway, or it's wide, I should say. Anyway, what you do is you take that screen and you put it on the front of your lens, and
Mm.
it becomes a diffuser.
All
Not
right.
only that, for night shots, it gives you a star effect.
Oh wow.
And if you turn the
Yeah,
screen, the star turns,
it turns.
you know? So, things like that. One of the other things that um, I found was that black pantyhose, right? So
Yeah.
now you have to go buy black
Yeah.
pantyhose and people will talk. Anyway,
Yeah.
black pantyhose, you cut a square out of it and then you cut a very small hole in it. And again, it'll give you a nice vignetting, dark vignetting around your subject, portrait or
Right.
building or whatever. But if you pull on the pantyhose, it opens up the knit, right? And
Mm.
so it becomes less dark. So you can vary it by stretching the
By hand.
pantyhose,
Oh.
you know.
Mm.
And then all I do is I use a rubber band that fits the lens nicely. I put the pantyhose on, put the rubber band on it to
And
go.
there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can
Simple.
MacGyver quite a few little things like that. It's a lot of fun to play around with different ideas. And I think
Yeah, yeah.
I know that you're having fun with your UV lighting, your ultraviolet light.
Oh, yeah.
And
Sorry, saying that there's a gem stone and jewelry exhibition at Ancaster this weekend.
ooh,
So I was thinking I'll go there with my little UV light and see
yeah,
see what
hey,
they.
see what lights up.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that'll be interesting. Where's that going to take place?
That's at Ancaster Fair on
Okay.
Wilson Street.
Yeah. Oh, I know where that is. Yeah. That
Yeah.
all the barns
Yes.
out there and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's grown quite a bit actually. So
Uh,
it's yeah, sorry I distracted you there, but
no,
yeah,
no,
just
that's
something.
okay. Yeah. Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'll be interested in seeing what you get, what you bring back.
Yeah.
Next thing you
Yeah.
know, you're going to be buying all kinds of crystals.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, be interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
That's
I don't think that the other person watching YouTube here um, is going
stayed
to
on.
respond or has any questions about photography necessarily. If they do, you're welcome to ask. But it's fantastic that you're here. Thank you for coming.
Hmm.
Now, next week, I plan on actually having a lesson. So that'll be interesting. I'll the lesson. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to have it on, but I do plan on having a lesson, and I'll come up with something interesting,
Yeah.
something a little
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. I think it's a non-stop learning
Oh, it
subject,
is.
really. Yeah,
It is.
that's the beauty of it. You can, you just read something and you think, oh God, yeah, that looks really good or whatever. So it's
Well, I was
yeah,
talking to some other people, and they mentioned something that is so true that of all the trades and professions and so forth, photography is one that no matter what country you go to, you're a photographer and people
yes, yeah,
understand your
yeah,
pictures.
yes, yeah,
There's no language barrier.
yeah. No, that's a good point, actually. Yeah.
There's no language barrier to photography, and that's one of the beauties of it. So,
Mm,
I mean, I could go to Switzerland and open up a shop, and if I'm a good photographer, I can make a living,
yeah, yeah,
you know, without any problem, without even having
yeah,
to go to school there, even knowing the
yeah,
language,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah. No, that's very true. Yeah,
I know that
yeah,
when I was a young man, I was always interested in learning different languages. When I was very young, I could speak Hungarian and Swedish, and then when we came to Canada, I could speak all three, but I
mm.
lost the Swedish. The only thing I know how to say in Swedish is "go to hell." That's it. Okay, and 25 because that was the bus I took to get home.
Yeah,
But that's it. Now I can still speak Hungarian fluently and English,
mm.
obviously.
Yeah,
But I always wanted to speak other languages, and I said, what's the easiest way to learn? And of course, back then they didn't have the internet and all the
right, yeah.
possibilities of learning languages. But the one person who was a soldier that we had a boarding house, and he was one of the boarders in the house, and he was a soldier in Southeast Asia. He was with the um, French Foreign Legion.
Oh
Oh, he
well,
had stories. He had
I bet.
stories,
Yeah.
and he had a trunk full of stuff that he was showing me from there. And uh, he said, if you want to learn another language, you know what you do? Get a girlfriend that doesn't speak English, but speaks the language you want to learn.
And then you soon learn.
You'll learn real quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Good
anyway,
advice.
David, I really appreciate you coming out and joining me for tonight's
That's
chat,
okay.
and it's always a pleasure chatting with you. We'll have
Yeah.
something a little bit different next week, and I hope you can join us then.
Yeah, sure.
I only promoted tonight's chat just at the last moment on Facebook, but I think the next chat I'm going to promote on messages,
Hmm.
and although I've had a few people say don't message me anymore, and that's fine. I understand that, but that's
Yeah, I've
only
tried to get a few people, but yeah, they always seem to be busy or doing something.
well,
But
you know what? It's still nice weather out there.
yes, yeah,
Yeah, wait
yeah.
until
Once
it
it
gets
gets
colder,
cold,
and yeah, and I think,
yeah. One of the
oh,
guys,
yeah,
John, he does a lot of. He teaches rugby, and he takes hundreds of photos, and he produces all the photos for their newsletters. So that should stop soon. So
yeah.
hopefully he will. I'll give I've given him all your details, and I told him
Thank you.
about Syphilis Forensic, and that woman last was it Terry?
Yes,
Um, that
Terry
that was
Gilman.
brilliant. Yeah, that was quite amazing photos.
Yes, yeah. She's an amazing lady. She is. If you
Yeah.
read her bio, go to her website.
Hmm.
Um, I think her website is called uh, "The
It's
Journey
the
is the
journey.
Destination."
Yeah, yeah. I did have a look at it
Yeah,
on that because they've
and
been to like half a
oh,
dozen different countries.
what was it? 18 years of travel
Yeah, just phenomenal.
on a boat, sailboat.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't do one day. Yeah. Anyway, um, yeah, so if it's okay, what I'll do, I'll send you details of the camera I've got and
Okay,
what's in it, and then you can decide if you want to use it at all on that one.
yeah, maybe
Um,
what we can do is meet up somewhere for a
yeah,
coffee, and I'll get the camera from you.
yeah, sure. As I say, there's a flash with it or a cine light, and there's loads of stuff which is still in the original package. It's never been opened. It's the guy. Well, it's sort sort of a friend, but her husband, he's a surgeon, and he's got so much money he doesn't know what to do, and he buys these things and then never uses them.
Oh, I know.
She was gonna take it to one of these charity places. I said, no, I'll find someone who can use it. It'd be
Yeah.
much better
You
on
know,
that
it's
one.
it's interesting you mentioned that because going back many years, when I was teaching a night course at Mohawk, Photo One, but I was teaching at Mohawk, and that's
Yeah,
before COVID, right?
yeah.
And um, I had classes of 15 people, and there was one situation where this gentleman came in, and he was carrying a magnificent um, aluminum hard case, and he put it on his desk, and he was there to take photo 101. He opened it up, and I started salivating. He had
Yeah.
two Hasselblad bodies, four lenses, several
Wow.
backs, and he says, "I want to learn how to use this."
Wow.
Well, holy
Uh,
crap! Yeah, I'd like to do, but
yeah, there's
anyway,
thousands of tens of
yeah,
thousands.
he did well on the course. And I asked him in a private moment during a break, I said, "What do you do?" Because, I mean, who can afford this stuff?
Yeah,
Even photographers can't afford it.
that's
You know,
right. Yeah.
and he said, "I'm a neurosurgeon."
Hmm.
And I said, "Then what's this all about?" And he said, "I have found that this could possibly be a way for me to disconnect."
Yeah.
He says, "Because
Yeah.
that's all I think about." He says, "I've got to stop that. I've got to have something else that distracts me." And he said,
Hmm.
"This might do it." And I
Hmm.
think that
Yeah, it's
eventually
good.
he got pretty good at using it. And I think maybe it did provide him a distraction.
Yes, yeah.
Well, that was great. That was interesting.
I
I think
bet.
some of the people that have come through there with professions, there were two guys that came in. and they looked like cops.
Yeah.
Guess what? They were. And they were obligated to take the course because they wanted to get into forensic photography
All right.
in the
Yeah.
Hamilton Police Department. And so they said, well, you have to take a course. Um, the other one was a young lady who I noticed she had a tattoo around her wrist. I thought it was a bracelet.
Hmm.
I thought it was, and I said, that's an interesting bracelet. She says, no, no, it's a tattoo. And I looked closer and I sure enough it was. And it was a whole bunch of little dots around her wrist. But they weren't dots. When you look at them closely, they were ants.
Oh, really?
So, ants all in a line around. And I said, what do you do? She says, I'm an entomologist. Okay, now
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, interesting professions I've gone through some of my courses
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Yeah.
and I've been teaching it since the 60s, for crying out loud, David.
Yeah. Well, I did, 2017. I did that one with you.
Yeah, yeah,
And then I did two, and I've done, well, I think I've done about five courses or more with you. We
good.
did, um, yeah, portraits, we had the food. That was a laugh because that was online because of
Yeah,
the pandemic on
yeah.
that one. So yeah,
But it
it's,
still worked out, I think.
oh, it did. It was good. It was good fun. I
Yeah.
learned how to use my camera and the computer together by t tying them together. It
So
was,
now they've had to search for more instructors because I started giving up all my courses. I said, no, no, the only one I'm doing now is Photo 101. That's it.
yeah,
So food
yeah. They've cut back a
photography,
lot.
yeah,
Hmm.
food
Yeah.
photography is running. Well, it's not running because they didn't have enough people in it. But studio lighting, they've offered it again, but I won't be doing that. Who will be doing studio lighting? Jessica,
Yeah. What about, is it John? The- We did, well, I did the
he
lighting
did,
with you, but
yeah, he
also,
does. John, Jon, John,
yes,
yeah, he doesn't do any
that,
teaching.
no, that was at the cotton mill. We
Yeah,
went there and
he
that was
doesn't.
quite an interesting place.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, and I had Donna, oh, did about two or three courses with her.
Yeah. Anyway, Donna will be here
No,
second next week, week after.
yeah, no, it'd be good. Okay.
All right. Anyway, I'll let you go, and thank you
Yeah,
again for coming out
that's okay.
and joining me and sharing some tidbits of
Yeah,
knowledge with
it's
you.
good. Yeah, I enjoy it. So yeah, it's good to just get bounce ideas off each other and
Yeah.
other people, see what we can come up with.
Now the only thing
Yeah.
I have to do is get other people.
Yes, yeah, I know it's sad really,
Yeah.
but I think as you say, it's ridiculous. It's supposed to be like 26 or 27 this weekend,
Hey,
which
I'm
is,
not fighting it. I'm not
oh
fighting it.
no,
That's
no,
fine.
no, it's great. And it's supposed to, for the next week or so, it's going to be higher.
Yeah.
So get
Yeah.
out and start taking, well, yeah, all the trees are changing pretty quick.
Yeah, they are. Anyway, and they'll be
Yeah,
changing the
thanks,
tide.
George.
Anyway,
Yeah,
good
good.
night, David. Have a good night and take care of yourself.
Yeah,
And
Andrew.
we'll see you next week, possibly.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night. So, for those of you who are on YouTube and have joined us tonight, thank you very much for coming out. I really appreciate it. And I'm just going to wrap it up. So, what I would appreciate if you could do, if you liked what you saw here, please give us a like. And obviously, if you haven't, subscribe. This chat is held every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Um, without fail. And it doesn't matter how many are here or how few are here, the chat goes on. So you're always welcome. Bring some photographs, show me your work, love to see it. If you have any questions, either I can answer them or somebody here can answer them. And if not that, then I'll find an answer for you. Thank you for coming out, and I really appreciate it.